What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Chris. This is the Otterline Report. Today is February 3rd. We are going to go over today's picks, results from yesterday, and whatever else pops up. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. This is the place where I give the most value for listeners. So it's much appreciated. Definitely join the Discord if you haven't yet. Sign up for the newsletter, and we can stay in touch and make sure you get all picks and results. And we actually have started to produce our Otterline AI model for MLB. That's coming up in the spring. I think it's 5-ish weeks away, so we get some time. And we're going to get that model pumping. The first week, 2 weeks, a lot of learning. So we'll have some additional signals there to let you know that maybe it's not good to tell right away while we kind of tweak. But we'll have other models building consensus as well. Biggest thing is going to be learning about starting pitchers. We need to get a good algorithm to discover those, make sure they're accurate, because that's going to have a big impact on the overall result of the game. Starting pitchers. And I really want to, so I don't know if it's going to be possible yet. I got to see what data is available. This is the first year for it. I really want to do no run first inning because it's such a fun bet to make. Maybe do like 0.25 units for all games. It'll be crazy. So that's something we're going to try to get going to because that's a fun. Like if I'll trial it before we make any bets, and if we have like a decent win rate, we'll make that happen. So that'd be super cool. So okay, guys. Currently, we do have NHL and NBA. Now NHL is almost done here for winter break. The Olympics start soon, and I'm going to see if we can get something going for the Olympics. But for now, we're going to dive into the NHL and NBA. So how did we do yesterday? Yesterday, the NHL went 7 wins, 3 losses. Excellent night. While the NBA went 2-2. Split the atom there. That's no problem. Nice underdog win for us here on the Buffalo Sabres against the Florida Panthers. That was 111% return. $100 bet returns $211. So last night we hit a nice underdog play. That is one I discussed on the show on the Buffalo Sabres. So you love to see that. Disappointing loss last night, Pittsburgh and Ottawa. Now I did say that is one you definitely can't count out. Ottawa, as they've been playing well, they got their goaltender back. They're feeling it. So Ottawa is a great team right now. But Pittsburgh's feeling it too. So like that was just a good matchup. 3-2. We took an L there. Detroit beating Colorado. Colorado has lost their way. It's actually crazy. I like to know what their record is in the East. I feel like every time they play the East, they were just not having a good time. So this brings Colorado to 4-2 the last 10, and that's only their second regulation loss at home. Wow. Even though they haven't taken some outs, it's been all on the road. 20-2 at home is just completely nuts. But Detroit's been a really good away team. So anyone that took the Detroit side of that game did pretty well. Honestly, at this point, you could just bet against Colorado against decent East teams, and you probably get a nice little return. Utah dummy Vancouver, that was expected. Toronto beat Calgary, we expected that. Dallas pulled out that one overtime, which was nice. Losing that would have really sucked for us. And Montreal got beat by Minnesota. We also had that. So like pretty good night, 7-3, man. That's a good night. That's a really good night. NBA, 50%. I mean, hey, it is what it is. I assume these returns are 50% return on the Pacers, 40% on the Hornets. So fine. It's fine. My pick's been 50%. Now I only did half a unit on Buffalo, so I actually lost about half a unit. So the 6-day win streak for myself has come to a conclusion, and we're back to a 1-day losing streak. So we're hoping for a big bounce back today. That is for sure. Let's see if there's any cool headlines here right quick. I don't see anything exciting here. Okay. So yeah. All right. So what are we looking at today? Let's move on to today's picks. So today in the NHL, we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 matchups. We've got Columbus Blue Jackets taking on the New Jersey Devils. This is a 200 game sample size with a 55% win rate. Our model is leaning towards a Columbus Blue Jackets victory tonight. Columbus are 9-1, while the Devils are 6-4. So Columbus is feeling it, and surprisingly, Columbus is actually the underdog here, which I find kind of surprising actually. So Columbus is the underdog, just barely. But yeah, our model is leaning towards a Columbus victory tonight over New Jersey Devils. I don't even know. I didn't really consider this one before. I might have to take a second look at this with using the vector table. Then we have Washington Capitals versus the Philadelphia Flyers. Our model is leaning towards a Philadelphia victory. And this is just simple. This is actually a split. So two models agree, two disagree. This is one that is a little bit tricky, probably would avoid. Carolina and Ottawa, 104 game sample size with a 63% win rate. Ottawa on a back-to-back. Carolina at home. I would probably like Carolina here, but Carolina 65% chance to win. Ottawa 36. Yeah, not great odds. Now Ottawa has been playing good hockey, so if you just kind of want to YOLO, go in Ottawa tonight. It's not a bad choice. But Carolina, dominant at home, playing good hockey. It's probably a better game to just avoid all in all. Then Pittsburgh and New York Islanders, 200 game sample size, 55% win rate, lean towards Pittsburgh, who is the underdog as well. Buffalo, Tampa, that's going to be a good match. And our model is leaning towards Tampa. Not surprising there. Toronto and Edmonton. Again, the model is leaning Edmonton. Also not overly surprising. Toronto has not been looking great. 63% win rate on 104 game sample size. And then we've got Anaheim and Seattle. And our model is leaning towards Anaheim. 196 game sample with a 59% win rate, which is pretty good. And the Ducks are the favorite for that match. So that's what we're looking at for hockey. Now I took two picks for hockey, Edmonton and Pittsburgh. So my picks for hockey today are Pittsburgh and Edmonton. So if we go and we look at our vector, we can see, I should just look at it here. We have Toronto and Edmonton. The models are fairly confident in Edmonton. One of them is a little bit unsure, though. This is where it gets a little bit weird. When CL is very confident and OL is not sure, it's done very well, which is a strange thing. So anyway, 64% chance Edmonton wins this game, Toronto 37. Not great odds, but I'm taking it. And we are also taking Pittsburgh against the Islanders. And Pittsburgh is the underdog. So we took an L in Pittsburgh last night. They're on a back-to-back, which isn't great. And the Islanders are a good team. But Pittsburgh's been solid. They're a good team. They're decent away. 7-1-2. Islanders are 5-5. Pittsburgh can win this game. So we're going to go ahead and take them tonight. Let me go to our picks page. In NBA, we've got 3 picks. We're taking the Pistons, Detroit. We're taking the Bucks and the Trailblazers. So Detroit, Milwaukee, and Portland. NBA verified edge picks. Those are good combos, good value on those picks. So all in all, we have five picks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 picks tonight. So Detroit, Milwaukee, Portland, Edmonton, and Pittsburgh. So we need a bounce back night. Went 50% last night, looking for a big game today. And yeah, that's what's up. So if you are ever curious about why we make our picks, you can go to otterline.club/articles, and our analysis for each and every pick that we post is in there. So you can go ahead and see the data on that. Anyway, guys, that's it for tonight. Hopefully we cook on this, and I'll see you soon.